What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor and follow me on Instagram. I would definitely appreciate your support. Now, the topic of today's video is going to be surrounded around Russell Westbrook, who as of today is currently an unsigned free agent. Now, for those who don't know, Russell Westbrook declined his player option with the Denver Nuggets to become a free agent. And with the NBA season right around the corner, NBA opening night, which is I think less than 2 weeks, it's looking like the NBA season may start for the first time in 18 years, where Westbrook will not be on a roster. And because of that, the topic of discussion is Westbrook may have made a mistake declining that player option with the Nuggets because there's no team that he's signed to as of right now. And former NBA player Danny Green actually spoke on this. Where is it? So it says here, Russell Westbrook, and this is Danny Green saying this, right? He said Russell reportedly opted out of his contract with the Nuggets because Denver had no plans to include him in the rotation. So essentially, Westbrook decided to leave the team because he couldn't, I guess, fathom coming off the bench. Now, to give you guys full context, we dropped a video on the other channel titled Danny Green reveals why Russell Westbrook and Nuggets split. They weren't going to play him this year. Check this out and I'll give my insight, okay? Anyone a few years ago that soon what's going on, YouTube? Now, if you told anyone a few years ago that soon the league would start its regular season and Russell Westbrook would not be on a team, people would probably not believe you, right? Well, the former MVP decided to opt out of his $3.5 million player option with the Nuggets to become a free agent this summer. And unfortunately for him, no other team in the league showed any real interest in signing him. Now, this led to several experts questioning his decision to leave the Nuggets in the first place without any guaranteed alternative team to join. Some even believe that he should have opted into his contract and then demanded a trade instead to at least ensure he has a guaranteed contract. And among them was three-time NBA champion Danny Green. Now, he recently claimed that he knew why Westbrook opted out of his contract with the Nuggets and gave his opinion on the situation.
I thought he had something guaranteed or something already in the books, like somebody's interested. For you to opt out, from what I heard, is that they were not planning on to play him at all this year, even behind certain guys that he should be above. I feel like Russ is more out of pocket of opting out of his contract when not having one in place already. You still take the guarantee, make him trade you, make him get you, whatever. You take the guaranteed money unless you know for sure that you have somebody in place.
You know how it goes, Danny. Sometimes GMs.
Yeah, some people lie, some people take shit back. So say, oh yeah, I'm interested, and they disappear. And the market says, well, we don't have space, you know. Everybody wants a Damian Lillard love, but not everybody's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we'll go back to your old place, at least get a minimum. Shit, Damian's getting 14.
Yeah, Damian Lillard getting that 14 million from Portland. Not too many players his age is getting that, especially when you get traded to a team and you go back to the team you were drafted with. That's not happening.
Like, you can't even get a minimum at the places that you called home, which is it's the tough business.
That's kind of like what Melo ran into the end of his career. It was almost like the young teams don't want him because why have somebody taking up minutes from a player that should be developed?
They can groom a player,
yeah. And you
got to take that role. You got to be able to accept the role of just being on the bench and grooming these guys. And I think if Russ is okay with that, he could definitely be on one of those teams. But most guys that are in that field that have that ego and that are superstars are not able to take a back seat toward the end of their career and say, I'm willing to not play at all and just help these young guys.
So do you guys think, and I know you guys hate when I cut shut off, but fuck it, I'm just gonna give my insight. Do you guys think Westbrook left the Nuggets to become a free agent because he didn't want to come off the bench? Do you guys think he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take a risk and just see what's out there for me because I'm not coming off the bench? Ain't no way.
Guys groom. So that's why it's tougher for him, and that's why I think Russ is more out of pocket than GMs are for opting out without having, something in hand.
Okay, so I didn't want to say it, so it's confirmed. So Danny Green is basically saying that Westbrook, he made a bad decision, right? Opting out without having a clear plan is, in Danny Green's own words, out of pocket. So essentially Westbrook, didn't have a real plan. Okay.
Do I think he's deserving of a roster spot? Absolutely. But in today's world, man, once you have year 18 or so, 19, once you're over 35, you're viewed as old. And it's crazy for me to call guys old because I don't think I'm old in real life. But in basketball years, young guys call me a dinosaur. So these guys that are 35 and up, and if you are not Steph Curry, KD, and still playing at that level at All-Star, it's harder to hold on.
Now, Russell Westbrook spent this past season coming off the bench for the Nuggets. So, yeah, man, you heard what Danny Green had to say. So, here's my take on that, though. I kind of agree with Danny Green in a way. I feel like the easier route for Westbrook would have been to stay on the Nuggets and earn an easy paycheck without having to do much. But again, likely it would have been tough for a competitor like Westbrook to sit on the bench without having a role on the court. Now, from Denver's perspective, it makes sense why the Nuggets prefer to use some of their younger players in Westbrook's role. Now, while Westbrook was a solid contributor, he would have been taking up minutes that could have gone to a player Denver is hoping to develop for the future, right? And it's crazy to say this, that Westbrook's one of the old guys, but we're actually getting to that time where some of these guys he watched for the last 10 years, they're trying to become old guys, just trying to become vets, players that are going to start getting minimum contracts. And I think it's a tough reality for Westbrook, so, even if Westbrook is not on the team on opening night, I feel like injuries and other factors will inevitably leave teams in need of a point guard, and then Westbrook will likely be ready for any calls that come his way. Now, a report came out that I reported on that said he was getting some interest from teams in China. Where is it? It says Westbrook, let me put this here so you guys see it. It says Westbrook may have an offer in China worth nearly 4 times what NBA teams could offer him. Quote, I heard something from someone I trust enough not to blow off what they said. He may have an offer in China for about half a season, and it's damn near quadruple what the Kings would offer him, which, as many know, the Kings has been one of the main teams linked to Russ as far as signing him, but nothing has been happening. But Westbrook essentially shut this overseas stuff down, right? Saying that Westbrook reportedly, and this is from the Steinline, this is a very credible source, says Westbrook reportedly has zero interest in playing overseas, as his main focus is to continue playing in the NBA. Quote, there has been zero discussion to date about him weighing interest to play abroad this season, league sources say. He'd naturally generate a slew of overseas offers if he was open to them. But I'm told that securing his next NBA opportunity has been the focus for Westbrook's camp. Even if that means, as it increasingly appears, options failed to materialize until after the 2025-26 regular season starts on October 21st. So we'll keep monitoring this, guys. But I guess the main question I have for you guys is, do you think Westbrook was out of pocket to essentially leave the Nuggets without having some type of plan? Because he's unsigned, he's a free agent, so I'm pretty sure Westbrook would definitely prefer to be on an NBA team right now. But let me know what you guys think about this. Westbrook is still one of the all-time greats, but I think, it's getting to that point where he may have to, take those lesser roles, which he has been. But let me know what you guys think about that, all right? Peace.